Hello, friends and family. How are you today? Thank you so much. I don't know whether you're in the middle of a trip or are you camping or whatever. Thank you for listening to me. So today, um, I'm gonna pick up a topic from last time that I didn't talk about. I was gonna talk about it last week, um, but a friend of mine asked for another topic. So today we're gonna talk about that oats, not news. It's in uh, China, Chengdu, 49th high school, which I think is a student living in the school situation. The kid that day, the mom dropped him off to school and he said, Happy Mother's Day, bye bye. And then he went back to school, and the mom, 3 hours later, heard that he died in school. Actually, I I heard of some very gruesome rumors about how that kid died. Um, I don't want to guess. Eventually, the school decided that nobody's allowed to say anything. If anybody dare to say anything, they will lose their chance of going to college or transfer to any other high school. So, um, so let's assume I don't know what's going on. But let me tell you, physical and verbal abuse in Chinese schools from elementary school to college are very common. And only recent years these news come out because children fear having less people in China and they're having less children and children become precious. So they start to talk about these things. But otherwise those previously getting abused and sacrificed kids were not talked about. So I'm glad nowadays eventually they start to pay attention to these topics, but um, the truth still they still cover the truth. But eventually, the result of this covering up is that one day, all of a sudden, they will say, probably 30 years later, they will say, we got to make it clear, even if it is 30 years ago, we got to find this serial killer. And then they will start to find. They probably wouldn't connect these incidents because those teachers have some people in working in government and they can easily cover it up. But eventually they will somewhat find the murderer, blame it on somebody. And the physical and verbal abuse is very common in China. And one of my friends, she told me that she's very sure that in Inner Mongolia College, the grade 1998 who graduated in the year 1993, their grade instructor was part of the serial murderer group. It is grade 1988. And they saw that a very famous Chinese murderer walking out of that instructor's office. I told you. And later on, that instructor was um they told my friend that that instructor died around the year 2004. Um, well, I guess he must be not the um, ultimate planner of that murder, because otherwise nobody have to shut him up by let him go. So it's very scary. Chinese teachers are murderers. Sometimes. No wonder if they have a nice teacher, it doesn't matter the nice teacher how much she or he knows. They think they're great teachers. Because unfortunately, current Chinese teachers, fresh out of cultural devolution, they don't know about education at all. Well, this is what I want to say about that Chengdu 49 high school thing. Because since there's a serious cover up, so these kind of things may happen again. Just don't go to China for a while. Wait till their society gets a little bit safer. Thank you guys. Maybe in the future we'll talk about how they paid those foreigners to say good things about China, ask people to travel in China for safe. Don't believe them. Those foreigners get paid big bucks to talk. Of course, they're safe because they're setting an example to the world to say that China's safe. Oh well. If you believe it, check your IQ. Okay, thank you very much for listening wherever you are. Be safe, don't be hungry, and when you get a chance, do some schoolwork. If you don't get a chance, if you're busy cooking, eating, probably we can push it back a little bit. I love you guys. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. I love you.